Hi guys, Jake and MJ, back again for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Chomp, 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 chomp. And so we are back after a bit of a little hiatus.
Yeah, they were off for a week.
They were off for a week. I was away during that week, so that worked out. I got my haircut. You have not gotten one.
No, I need a haircut badly.
So for
I sometimes give myself a haircut, but I have one actually coming up at the hairdresser.
Yeah.
So I am loath to cut it myself and then have there not be enough hair for them to work with.
Right.
So I am doing my very best impression of Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It's funny because this is like the first time I think in like 10 years or so that we've had like the same length hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm amused. Regarding Power Rangers stuff, I know that episodes are coming out in like France and Australia, but we're still not expecting anything until August unless Hasbro sends us some serious loops. I know
Unlikely, very unlikely.
You can't see it, but there's an Oliver just off.
I pulled him on camera for a second,
oh,
just to show everyone earlier so they wouldn't think I was talking to the sofa.
Who's a good sofa? Who's a good sofa?
He comes up here now when we're doing this because he knows that we won't walk away.
Yeah, pretty much. I know as far as with the Power Rangers comics, Go-Go Power Rangers is reaching kind of its culmination with the Forever Rangers one-shot that just came out this past week, and then the kicking off of the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers arc, which is going to be called Necessary Evil, and that's coming out the same day this is being released, so that's pretty exciting. And the writer for Go-Go Power Rangers is going to be working on the mainline Mighty Morphin Power Rangers soon. So that's some exciting stuff going on in the comics. We're going to be finally seeing some White Ranger, and seeing where Go-Go Power Rangers goes, like post Green Ranger introduction. So there's a lot of interesting stuff about to be happening in the comics, and I'm curious to see where Ryan Perot's going to be taking it.
Yeah.
And as far as Power reviews, we've been getting some somewhat significant filming done lately. I've been getting some significant writing done lately.
You just keep spamming me on Discord with chunks of...
Yeah, because I'm writing like all these scenes that I've been like waiting for so long.
It's like, hey, you know that part I told you about that was coming? I finally wrote it!
Yeah, there was like I just before we were even doing this, I'm like, hey, look what I wrote yesterday. And it's like a line that I pitched to you like 3 years ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. It was a long time ago.
I don't know.
No, actually,
when was Megaforce?
I'm
trying to eat my phone.
Yeah, it was Super Megaforce was almost 5 years ago now.
Yeah, so
this was this line is at least 3 years 3 years in the making. Because I remember mentioning it just around Power Morphicon, and I knew I came up with it before then, back in 2016. So that's going to be exciting. And then, so I've been sort of working on a few scripts somewhat in parallel. I did a lot of work on 95, 96, and I just started 97 yesterday.
This is what he looks like when we brushed him properly.
And as far as 88, which is the actual next episode coming out, we've got, I believe, pretty much all our filming done on that, and I'm really just trying to see how long it's going to take me to get this one effects sequence down. And once I have that sequence straightened out, I should be able to post a release date. I'm aiming for right around 4th of July weekend, but we'll see.
We will see.
So that's fingers crossed around 4th of July weekend. It's looking promising, but I'm also trying to prioritize those last few scripts so I can start filming finale stuff during the summer. So that's where things are at with Power Rangers and Power reviews. And now it's time to check out some Super Sentai with episode 14 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, The Golden Knight. And Let's see how well it's gonna play.
Somebody was asking in one of the comments if we're watching in Japanese or in subtitles, and I'm just like, both.
Or subtitles. Alright, and we're on. Oh, look, they're furnishing their little hideout. That's adorable. Like, Kirion and Weisel have basically, like, gotten an apartment together, and they're working on their interior design. Okay. Who's this guy?
I don't know, but Kirion recognized his footsteps, and he's got checkerboards on his head.
Oh, okay. So this is a command level kind of guy, it looks like.
He wanted a disco ball, and he has his disco ball.
Yeah. If there's a time for interior design, then...
You don't get to command me? Okay.
Okay, so he's...
Why did I need to dodge if you can't kill me?
These guys seem to be of comparable rank.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe Weisel was the bishop and this guy's the knight? I'm still going for these chess analogs, but I'm not sure how much they're lining up.
Well, in a chessboard, there's 2 of each.
That's true. He definitely seems to have Tank Joe's, like, beefiness. Okay, so there's a story now. Oh, this is adorable. Oh, I'm loving these little...
There's a term for this.
Yeah, I'm forgetting the term. That was so cute. I wanted to...
It's a form of Japanese storytelling.
Yeah.
Where they use the illustration cards.
Yeah. Those were adorable illustration cards. It's sort of a Miyazaki kind of feel. Okay. Music time.
I did.
Gambo! Kyoto hikaru sodo, chikate battleru do. Bow, 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 bada. Momo, ritai, kono, sekai. Nase nasei to, imita nara sono michi o yukeyo. Tadashiki embaru, yushi no akashai, saa soru ho hitoshi ni. Donna toki demo nigenai. Dana mokuti daichi o narase, hagara no chigara. Kirate hikaru sodo, chigate battleru do. Yumi wa hitore de miru no yorome de, miru no hotsuki de naru. Kata no gekai nado, dokata kota te go. Segi mitsu te yamai ga katte, Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Did too bad at the beginning there for not having the lyrics in front of me. Yeah. And actually, since you were a little softer, not being as confident on the lyrics because you weren't reading them, it allowed me to actually commit better to my lyrics. So it helped me.
Hey!
Just trying to figure out what to do for our next video. Okay. This is...
Ryusoul people, clearly.
Or at least one of them. This is just not happening. It's so weird. He cares if you're wasting electricity.
Oh yeah, he's definitely Ryusoul.
Oh yeah.
イケメンなのに超節約男。異物は与えんの。
Oh, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
私もみんなが
See?
電気したかどうか。
She cares too.
電気が走ったぜ。よかったらこれ。おい。
It's coming on too
別
strong.
の女にあげようとしてたやつを。もったいないですもんね。
Okay. Here we go. Why are you are way too invested right now, Louis? Ah, it's a monster.
俺はカナロ。君は？
今自己紹介してる場合。
He's like,
私はアカネ。
アカネ。ちょっとだけ目をつぶっててくれる？
okay,
すぐに終わるから。
okay. Nice.
せっかくの出会いを邪魔するな。そしてお前は俺との出会いを後悔しろ。
Is that a whale?
It's I think it's some something like a mesosaur or something like that. Hey, Gold Ranger, Ryusoulger.
出会いが別れの時だ。
Now that we've met, we must part ways.
He just
Wow. He
that
just
was fast. On to the next one.
he just basically one-shotted that guy.
リアクション薄くないですか？
なぜリアクションする必要がある？あの思い出そうがダメなら別のを
I mean, this guy's very to the point, even if he answers everything with questions.
Okay.
Like,
この
oh,
頃からだった。僕が笑わなくなったのは。
he's lost his smile. Okay.
He doesn't
俺
like
たち以
working
外
for
の
this
重
guy.
装じゃ。
これ見て。
出会いが別れの時だ。
Oh, she got video for that bit.
いい色だ。
かっこいいし強い。
This
おし
is
ゃれなカフェもいいけど、そこで大して飲みたくもないカフェラテを飲むくらいなら自然の空気を飲んでいたいな。
oh, okay.
今全く同じことを思ってた。
This is
What
weird.
is with her?
あかね。
Who's this guy?
Her boyfriend.
そいつ。なんだ君は。彼女のストーカーか。俺はそいつの恋人だ。
Is she trying to make her boyfriend jealous? Oh, Minosaur.
カナロ君。ごめん。大丈夫。
Okay. He just wants to get himself a girl.
いい色だ、レさんだ。
誰だ君たちは。俺たちもリュウソウジャーなんだ。仲間になってほしい。一緒にドリードンを断る。
え？
俺の目的は妻を探すことだ。
Okay.
婚活？
待ってくれ。そうあった。マイナーどうだ。
The goal is to find a wife.
Yeah, that seems to be what he's doing. Alright. So then we got sort of a vampire kind of
Drink
Minosaur.
up, drink up.
It's very that themed. Yeah,
Sonic attack.
that's not good.
こうなったら。
Oh, we got some armor time, right? Nice.
I'm trying to figure out if this is the boyfriend's Minosaur. Drink it up with Sonic attacks. Is she maybe ignoring him because he spends too much time in a bar with his band or something?
I don't know. Maybe.
What?
Oh, he's got water attack.
He does. Maybe drink it up has to do with water.
Or maybe he's not a bat. Some
It's
sort
a
of
seahorse.
aquatic. Yeah, something like that.
I gotcha.
Like it looked like bat wings, but I'm realizing those are more like fins.
He's got a horse on the front of him.
I want
feel like
500 of that Minotaur.
Maybe at once it's impossible. I feel like there's some sort of cursed horse with seaweed for a mane that I'm thinking of. That's
Actually, while I was looking stuff up, I think I saw that this one was a Kelpie.
Kelpie!
Yeah, and the previous one was a basilisk.
She should get paid back.
茜、俺だ。
カナロ君。
Yeah, he's the Minotaur host.
He could tell that the first time he saw him. Gotta work. Need more money.
Okay, so he's got gambling debt, it seems.
大丈夫。
Some kind of debt, yeah.
私がいるから。
この男は水商売を。
Oh, drink it up.
夢なの。
Okay.
ここにあるブランド品は君が貢いだのか。
ブランド物くらい持ってないと格好つかないって言うから。
こんなものただの飾りに過ぎない。もったいない。
分かってる。
違う。君はこの男にはもったいない。
Not now! You're too good for this man.
Okay.
初夏の
He
風
works
に
at the
染み
host
るんだ
club.
な。
It's the male equivalent of a
ベ
hostess
ラベラ
club.
ソウルが効かないなんて。
People pay for his
水を操る
time
マイナスに
Hmm.
火は相性が悪す
to
ぎ
hang
る。
out with him because he's handsome, good looking, and charismatic.
けど
And his job is to sell them
マイナスを
alcohol.
生んだ人が死ぬ。
Okay.
ネルト、何か作戦はない？
リュウソウル全てが効かないと決まったわけじゃない。
Right.
あ
They work real hard all day. He's a.
片っ端から試してみようぜ。
Yeah.
限界は超える
It's
ためにある
actually。a pretty brutal
マイナ
career.
スを探し出して、今度こそ倒す。あ
Oh wow, he's just tapping out all his
弱音をかける余裕があるならまだいける。あのマイナスを使って竜奏者を引きつけておく。その隙にお前はさっさと汁をためて町中にこの汁の雨を降らせろ。五百体に水を操るマイナスを生み出すんだ。
何言ってるか分かってる。
Oh, this guy's pretty brutal. Wow, that water caused a lot of fire somehow.
今度こそお前を倒す。
Was that a lithium mountain? What was up with that? Nice little ring around them with all the little soldiers.
You do not go and get stuck working at a host club.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a dark kind of thing. It feels like.
It is.
As far as considering, this show has some weird contrasting tones sometimes.
They're fish. They're full on fish over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Kelpie has fish for a mane instead of kelp for a mane.
Yeah. Wow, his water stuff is really effective.
Yeah. But that's why drink up, drink up.
Yeah.
あんな頭に使うのか。
Oop.
ヒュータ、
どこ行ったの？
みんな油断するな。どこから攻撃してくるかわからないぞ。
Oh, there he is behind you.
みんな、次の竜奏だ。
竜奏 ソージャーの恐るべきだ。間もなく
Oh, you got video more Mondo. That's interesting.
そうすればこの地球など瞬く間に俺のものだ。
働く
You're killing
んだ
Poor
Kirion.
Kirion.
考えちゃダメだ。
You're killing Kirion. Don't think about anything unnecessary.
Yeah.
Kirion, take your body.
動かせばいいんだ。
Kirion is now dissociating.
Yeah, Kirion is like... It isn't just tapped out physically, he's becoming tapped out, like, emotionally and psychologically.
That's what I said. Kirion is completely dissociated at this point. He's in full-on survival mode. He cares about nothing. He's just walking around like a frickin' robot.
This episode is making us feel oddly bad for Kirion.
I feel terrible for Kirion right now. But then, I wouldn't say it's oddly bad, because I've always liked Kirion.
Well, yeah.
What's interesting is that he's basically subjecting himself to very similar, working conditions as our poor,
yeah,
host.
Yeah.
俺の名はカナロ。こいつは俺がやる。来てくれたのか。お前らを助けに来たわけじゃない。茜のためだ。
Okay.
残念だが俺じゃ彼女を幸せにはできない。彼女にはカズマが必要だ。カズマとカナロ。似てる名だからよしとしよう。
Okay, sure, why
理由
not?
なんて何でもいい。これで自分を奮い立たせられるならな。
Yeah, okay. I think that's what the writers were thinking too. Any reason will do so long as it's enough to motivate me. There we go. Boom. Yep.
There's an awful lot of blue and gold rangers lately.
It really has been. Knight of Grandor.
It is kind of a whalish creature.
Yes, it's a Meza something.
It's an aquatic dinosaur.
Yes. I forget the exact name of it, but I know I've seen it posted. Druid Roads. It's the first time I've seen them called that.
Yep. The rest of you want to give him a hand here?
Well, I mean, they've been, you know, pretty much taken out, and this takes a little time to shine here.
I know, but if they can handle Druid rounds, then he can get back to the monster.
That's true.
Is that a super soaker?
Nope, that is a saw blade dagger. It's like my shield. You should worry about your face. Shocking soul. How shocking. Alright.
Is it by any chance a Mosadon?
That might be it. Kept thinking Mezzo, but it might be Mosa. Like Mosasaur or something like that.
俺との出会いにビビッと運命感じない。
Oh, he's just gonna tear right through it.
Electricity don't care about those shields. Also, it does very bad things to water.
Yep.
聞いた。ああ、水は電気を通す。どうした？
Yep.
お前の力はそんなものか。
Yeah, it's Mosasaurus. That's what it's called.
Mosa.
Mosasaurus. Ooh, very sparkly.
Nice miniature.
Very nice.
Pikachu! Or in the name of, or in the words of the most.
Xander Thunder.
I was gonna say, or in the name of.
Love is over.
Terms of the most annoying brawl character, PK Thunder.
Oh, did he just spill his stuff because he passed out?
It was around then that I dreamed about the old days.
Oh, he missed his tank joke.
You don't get to laugh. By all means, laugh and be merry.
それは楽しい夢でした。
Wow, these are his old days. This was like yesterday. Why is whether or not his boss allows him to laugh like his main character arc?
I think it was more along the
But
lines
why
of
would
that,
I need to tell you my name?
that he was capable of laughter then.
Yeah, I guess.
He said his smile was gone.
Yeah, I know.
He's no longer capable of laughter. He is really messed up.
また新たなドル移動か。ただの断れ。
No.
仲間になるつもりはない。
What is
次
your
の結婚相手を
malfunction?
探す。
He's focusing on finding a wife.
中中らしい。
He's super into dating, it seems.
君は今までどこにいたんだ。海の底だ。
Oh, okay. That's a little weird.
もしかして竜宮城？
Oh, the fairy tale they were learning about at the beginning. Even though that apropos of nothing. Oh! Yeah, da 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 yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da.
Your thoughts got your heart pounding, now it's time to sing.
Yeah, da
No
da
matter
da
what the
da
time,
da. Yeah, da
the
da
fun
da da
never
da
stops.
da.
Courage
Yeah,
and
da.
hope. We
Yeah,
are
da.
always
Yeah,
with
da da da
you.
da da
Looking at your friends at your side, you can reach an unending future. High five! It's alright with these nights. Put all your strength into it and do a soul jump. Came from take up first, make you feel no strength. Our amigos are feeling fine. Can't play bum, high five. It's a sword, time to go. Try when you change into a soul jump. Came from now pose and make it your best one. La 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 la.
Flailing arms flailing.
We are souls are one, we're the real soldiers.
There we go.
Okay,
Alright. So
there's
discord
nothing that
among
connects
the
us. You have to fight brother.
Attaboy Goldie. Alright, so it looks like we're getting to get to meet his
He has
sword
a
next
sister.
time. Interesting. History of this feud ends now. There's a feud? Okay,
Maybe between land and sea.
I guess. Alright. So that was an interesting... That was something of an interesting introduction for Ryusoulger. He was just kind of...
Okay, I think I get it, well.
Yeah,
Right, he's been under the sea this whole time, right?
right.
So maybe he only came on land to get a bride,
Yeah.
take her back to his sea palace, and then
Yeah.
continue to spend all his time under the sea.
Yeah, yeah. It's mostly just a little bit of an interesting introduction for a Sixth Ranger just because he's just there. Like, he just happened to just be, like, walking through the park. We saw him, and it's like, oh, that's a Sixth Ranger.
Russ.
So, Mosasaurus.
Not shopping.
You're just looking for images?
Yeah. Mosasaurus.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks like a
Mosasaurus.
cross between a whale and a crocodile.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, you see why he was caring about the electricity earlier? Because that's his... I feel a spark between us. Yeah. I knew he had electricity. I knew he was going to have electricity.
I don't know,
powers.
set him up with you.
Make her the queen of the sea or something.
She's not getting enough play lately.
It was kind of weird that his introduction was basically Ui was wandering around a playground and decided to start, like, taking photos of a random couple, and then one of the random couple ended up being a Ryusoulger.
Yep.
That was it. Little bit of a...
I don't think Ue has a day job. I think she's a freeder.
Yeah, she just
It's a little bit of a parasite single.
yeah, she just lives
A little bit neat.
lives at home with her dad and does YouTube videos. Seems to be her thing. She's
Yeah.
trying to get her YouTube career going. It does not seem to be going anywhere.
No, it's not. That's why I was like, no, wait, she's not a freeder, because a freeder would have a part-time job.
Oh,
She's just a parasite single. She lives at home. She's neat. Not engaged in education or training.
fair enough.
Work education or training.
I mean, she's trying to make it as a YouTuber. She's just not succeeding. Yeah, I don't... I mean, this wasn't,
I feel a little bit like we may have some sort of a developmental problem.
perhaps. I don't know. I feel like that could be said of a lot of characters in this cast.
Yeah.
I think that's just the way the characters are in this show. They're just lean on the simple side. And it's odd that this show keeps tackling, like, surprisingly dark subject matter.
Yeah.
In the
like the dude working as a host?
in fairly without actually going into it in any sort of actual mature way. Like the host thing kind of came and went and was a little, and then it's like it'd be like someone on Power Rangers finding out that somebody was, like, making their money as an exotic dancer or something. And it's like, that seems a little out of place in the show that we're watching. But, okay.
Yeah, pay
Cool.
is determined by commission on drink sales, with the hosts drinking far past healthy limit, trying to hide their drunkenness and get the girls to buy more alcohol.
Right.
The base hourly wage is extremely low.
Yeah.
Hosts who cannot increase their sales drop out because of the very minimal base wage.
Right.
The environment is incredibly competitive, with tens of thousands of dollars offered to the host who could achieve the highest alcohol sales.
Right.
So, like, that is cutthroat.
Yeah.
That is why he is all like, you gotta work more, gotta work more, gotta work more.
Yeah.
He also apparently has debt to somebody.
Yeah. That was not really
Although,
well
based on what was
explored.
going on there, it looks like he may have borrowed money from someone he shouldn't have in order to finance the look he feels he needs in order to sell the alcohol. Because, yes, being stylish and, you know, giving the clients the feeling that they're being paid attention to by a person of means does help you, you know.
One of the weird things, though, was the "you're too good for him" thing. That
was rude.
Well, one, that was rude, and two, that was upon receiving context that indicates that he's a hard worker, rather than context that indicates that he's a lowlife.
Well, that's the other thing. It's not exactly considered a
Fair enough.
career.
Yeah, and they do have different standards of
being a host is pretty low.
Right.
Because the bar for entry is quite low.
Yeah.
You just have to look good.
Right. It's just it was weird. It kind of came and went.
Despite all the money
quickly.
that can be made if you're good at it, it is
Right.
not considered an honorable job.
Right. And so I can get that he's, you know, being a prince or whatever he is, can be would be that sort of attitude toward those sort of things.
So yeah.
But it's just it
But
wasn't.
even a salaryman would look down on him, and those guys are not having a good time either.
Yeah. There was just a bit of weird framing there. Also, we never established why Akane was kind of trying to get with him. Like, was she trying to make the guy jealous or not?
I think she was trying to get with him. I think she legitimately just actually does, like, she was just trying to encourage him at first. Just like, hey, sorry your girlfriend left you, but I like that sort of thing too, and you'll be fine. And then it was like, here, have a rose. And what she said eventually when she took it was, well, I suppose it would go to waste otherwise.
Fair enough, but it's still...
So
she was still kind of leading him on.
She was leading him on a little, but I don't think she was trying to make her boyfriend jealous. I think she was trying and not doing so well at encouraging him that he could get a girl. But you know how sometimes girls will do that thing where they're trying to convince their friends that they're very handsome and they're
right.
But it's like, no, I don't want to date you. I'm just trying to build you up.
The thing is that there was never that moment of she didn't want to date him and was trying to build him up.
I feel like she was trying to do that and failing at it because she wasn't...
Okay. Well, the thing is, regardless of if she's trying to do it and failing at it, the story was failing to convey that.
Fair enough.
Like, we can attribute all these different motives, but the thing is...
It was never explicitly stated.
It was never explicitly or really implicitly established what her deal was.
I was picking up the implicitness because of the way she reacted when he got dumped.
Whereas I was picking up on maybe it seemed like she was agreeing with everything that he was going with, and then as soon as the other guy showed up, like, oh, this is to make her boyfriend jealous. Because it seemed like that would be... It seemed like she was trying to initiate something with him.
I mean, it could be possible that she was getting that way because her boyfriend works so often she's not getting enough attention.
I guess. Yeah, that's the thing. We're struggling with all
Remember, his job involves him paying copious amounts of attention to other women.
Yeah. There were so many, like, little things on, like, the peripheries of
Again, they just leave out really important details.
Yeah, it was strange.
This is par for the course for Ryusoulger.
Yeah. Because it's like, wait, does she have a problem with her boyfriend or not? Is the problem with him that he owes people money or not? And we can't, and all of these little things are sort of like, oh, maybe this is it, but we're not going to address it. Oh, maybe this is, but we're not going to address it. And it was just kind of strange.
Yeah.
It felt like an incomplete story. Which, honestly, it feels that way with a lot of these Mysore hooks.
I mean, they're not doing that good. Did you see the size of his apartment?
Yeah, it was a tiny little place.
Last time I saw an apartment that small, I was watching Welcome to the
NHK. That was a good show.
That is a freaking Hikikomori apartment right there.
Yeah. As far as the new Ryusoulger, like, he seems like a nice enough guy with what he's trying to do.
He's got some issues with land people.
Yeah, he doesn't...
I want a wife, and I want to go back into the ocean.
Well, we still don't know his full motivations on that front. We know that his primary focus is finding a wife, and that's very important with him, and he doesn't want to establish any other ties other than that.
Which to me says he wants to take his wife and go back into the ocean.
Right. And we do now have that implication. There's apparently some sort of feud that he's the only one who seems to be aware of.
Right, and then he also has a sister, who we saw very briefly.
In the preview.
In the preview, who's like, hey brother, do this sort of thing. And, I mean, she was dressed similarly to him, so...
Right.
She's probably the princess of that castle down there. He's the prince and she's the princess, and he needs to find a wife.
Yeah. I like that he's got his armor. I'm down for all these armors. I want more armors.
The electric armor looks real cool.
I want all.
I still think the flame one looks
armors.
cooler because it's got some of those clear parts on it.
I like the translucent orange.
I like the translucent.
It's a good look. But it is really funny just how many Gold Rangers we've been having in recent years as our 6th Ranger.
Yeah, who are
specifically with the blue highlights. Because if you look,
and even with sort of aquatic things going on. Antonio, he had a shark sword. And
that's true. Well, he didn't really. Well, he had the Barracuda blade. Yeah.
Barracuda blade. That was it.
The shark sword was a different thing.
And he made.
He was the only other one that was. To be fair, that one was about 10 years. The Sentai was over 10 years ago. Or, correction, the Sentai was 10 years ago, because that Sentai was 2009 Sentai. We just didn't get it until 2011. Speaking of water, it's really coming down out there.
Yeah, the rain just started coming down.
But yeah, we had, as far as Power Rangers goes.
Man, I've got someplace to be soon. I'm gonna have to go out in there.
Out of the, because we're now on our 5th incarnation since Power Rangers returned.
Yes.
And we are on our 4th case of there being the Gold Ranger as the additional Ranger. Out of 5 incarnations. Because you had Samurai, the 6th Ranger.
The only time we didn't, it was Q Ranger, and that's because...
No, I'm referring to Power Rangers.
Oh, okay.
With, the only exception was Megaforce. And even he had his Super Gold mode.
Yes.
And, you know, arguably, Robo Knight was the 6th Ranger during the first season, Orion during the second, whatever. But you look at Samurai, the 6th Ranger was gold. And then we get to Dino Charge, the 6th Ranger was gold. Ninja Storm, the 6th Ranger is gold. And although technically he was the 4th Ranger, he's functionally the 6th Ranger, we just got a Gold Ranger. And it's also, you know, frequently something that is introduced right before our
break.
So actually, this is the we are once again having the Gold Ranger being introduced right before the break. And another interesting note that I realized is that Gold Rangers, for like the last 10 years, 10 plus years, they've all been gold with blue unless they are introduced with a Silver Ranger. Because I was thinking about all the different Gold Rangers we had. And
unless they're paired with a Silver.
Unless they're paired with a Silver Ranger, they always have the blue highlights. And that's the blue accents. And that's so strange. Because you look at... let's roll through. Let's roll through our Gold Rangers that we had. Dating back to RPM/Go Hunter. Alright, so we'll start with Go Hunter. We'll work through the Sentai here, okay?
Alright, so those were gold and silver.
Gold and silver for Go Hunter. Followed by Shinkanger, which was gold with blue. Followed by, Go Sager did not have a gold. Neither did Go Kaiger. Although it had a Silver Ranger who turned gold. So that's arguably in the gold and silver. Go Busters was gold and silver.
Paired.
Followed by Kishiryu, which was gold with blue accents. Followed by Tokyuger, which didn't have a Gold Ranger. Followed by we then had Ninja, which had gold with blue accents. Followed by Ryusoulger, who did not have a Gold Ranger per se. Zhu of the World had a combo of colors, and he was kind of black, gold, and silver. So it's a borderline, because the gold was also more orangey.
Yeah.
He's a borderline. He's arguably a gold and silver ranger, because he's got the 3 different modes. So it seems to be either gold with blue accents, a Gold Ranger and a Silver Ranger, or gold and Silver Ranger.
It's not just gold and silver in looks, but actually flips back and forth.
Because then we had Q Ranger, which, you know, introduced so many Rangers, but gold and silver were introduced together. And then we had, the pattern continued with Lupin Ranger vs. Pat Ranger, where we had a gold and silver Ranger.
Yes, Noel.
And now we have a Gold Ranger with blue accents. This has really become a thing.
Yes, you are either Gold Ranger, Silver Ranger, or Gold and Silver Ranger, or you are a Gold Ranger with blue accents.
And that has been our 6th Ranger pattern for over 10 years now. Like...
Well, what about those ones that didn't have a Gold Ranger at all?
The only exception that I just ran through was Go Sager...
And the trains.
And Tokyuger, and those were the only 2.
What color is the Tokyuger additional ranger?
Orange, actually. Which is nice. Well, because they focus very much on the rainbow colors.
Right.
But yeah, that's like a major like we're looking at from 2008 to 2019. That's 12 years with 10 fitting that either gold with blue accents, gold introduced with silver, or gold being also silver. We've had a lot of gold/silver Rangers going on.
We have.
That's crazy.
It's cray.
Because we didn't have anything resembling that pattern beforehand, really.
No, it's bonkers.
Look back, we had, before Go Under, you had Geki Ranger, which had purple followed by white. You had Bokanger, which was translated into Mercury Ranger here, which was basically silver. Then you had Mystic Force, which was basically the first of the gold and blue, because that was Solaris Knight.
Oh, he was more purple than blue.
It was hard. It was a very deep blue, I think, underneath. Because Korag was purple.
Korag was purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was maybe it was an indigo under the gold,
gold
but I'm
indigo.
not sure.
I'll go with indigo.
I'd have to see a picture again. But it's that pretty much kicked off the gold with blue highlights, because that was when they started doing that for the first time. Because prior to that was Deca Ranger, which we had Shadow, we had Omega. Neither of those fit that pattern, but we had Abba Ranger, which was white and black. You had Hurricaneer, which was green. We had, the colors, they changed it up a fair bit for a good long while there, but gold/silver or gold/ with blue accents has become a staple for Sentai for over 10 years now.
It really has.
With the only exception being
Choo-choo!
being Tokuger and Robo Knight, who, to be
Arguably
fair, is gold and silver in color.
Yes.
So Tokuger.
Wait, was Robo Knight in the original Sentai as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He was Gosei Knight, because they did not really
creative.
changing the names that much.
Creative.
So yeah, this has been a weird pattern of, and it's, I feel like they've just sort of been running out of ideas on creativity with their Sixth Rangers in recent years. Because the designs are getting very similar. Like, you look at Ryusoulger Gold, you look at Star Ninja, you look at Shinken Gold.
Who's Star Ninja? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ninja Steel. And Kishiryu Gold. So you look at the Gold Rangers from this, all of these gold with blue accents, they've got pretty similar looks. Like, sometimes they might have stuff on the shoulders, sometimes they don't. But they do seem to frequently be having that.
The blue half of the top of their
Yeah.
suit.
Like, Kishiryu Gold, Dino Charge Gold, had blue arms instead of, sort of the half and half look. And actually so did Star Ninja Steel Gold. So yeah, they always need to have at least one blue arm for some reason. I don't know why. It's become a thing.
It has become a thing.
Something about the color balances, I don't know. I don't know if this is a mandate or just coincidence that it's just evolved that way.
It looks good.
I mean, it looks good.
It looks good.
But it also, we're also just really, they are not
right now
shying
we're
away
being
from.
as derivative as possible.
Yeah, this is a heavily derivative season.
I feel so bad for Kirion.
Yeah, poor Kirion.
And whatever it was he was supposed to do, he can't do it now because he spilled his goo all over the stairs.
That was just embarrassing. Poor Kirion. Alright, so I think
He's laid down on the stairs with his feet above his head. He's clearly fallen and he just hasn't picked himself up. He's just like, I'm just gonna lay here for, this is my life now. That's Kirion. He's like, This is my life now.
Poor Kirion. It's also just weird how...
Where did Weisel go?
Yeah, Weisel just kind of disappeared after the first 5
Weisel
minutes.
was just like, I'm out.
He didn't even hang out with his disco ball. Like, I figured he'd at least be hanging out, like, in his new apartment, but no, he just disappeared.
No, yeah. Kirion is just probably, it's like, when Weisel comes back, Kirion's gonna be like, Weisel, why did you leave me?
It's so sad.
He treated me bad.
Also, I find it weird that, again, his whole character arc seems to be based around this one seemingly just a joke with Tank Joe has now become like his whole character arc. It's like, ha ha ha, no, you're not allowed to laugh. And that's usually would be like a one-off joke, but now it's become his whole character arc. It's like, then we have with Weisel, ha ha ha, no, you are allowed to laugh. Oh, okay. And now, oh no, I can't laugh again. It's just
Honestly,
these three,
I feel like the first two were both examples of the fact that Kirion had laughter in him.
Well, fair enough.
Which he no longer does.
Fair enough.
His laughter... Tank Joe said don't laugh.
Yeah.
But he still clearly had laughter in him.
Yeah.
This guy has stolen his laughter. He has no laughter. He couldn't laugh if he wanted to. He is too, like, exhausted and...
I just never know what
Kirion.
I just never know what to make of this show.
Poor Kirion.
Poor Kirion.
I still want a Kirion plushie.
That is very fair.
I want to take him home, and I want to make him feel better.
All right, we should wrap things up. I think we're coming up on an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just did my. Usually after I've done a list of like 10 or more Sentai series, that's usually a sign that we were wrapping up.
Kirion.
As much as I enjoyed going deep dives into pattern recognition. All right. So, now we should be back on our regular schedule again. So until...
That flicker?
Yeah, hopefully it was just our imaginations.
Okay.
Alright, anyway. Until next time. Farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Tonight on the Mosa Bachelor.